Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Makeup for Dummies. Okay, I have a good show for you all tonight. Hopefully, it will be very informative and very helpful because when I read up on some of these things and learned some of these things, they were very helpful for me. So, as the title says, do's and don'ts for people who have oily skin or how to combat oily skin. Okay, I personally have oily skin, so I'm always looking for any kind of solutions to combat it. And I also have oily eyelids. And that's why when I put primer on my eyelids, I set it with a translucent powder because the powder cuts down the oil process. So, as it relates to oily skin, okay, first of all, and disclaimer, I'm not a makeup artist, okay? You see the title, Makeup for Dummies. That doesn't just mean for people, outside of me who don't know a lot, okay? I'm dumbfounded. The dummies part is not used in a derogatory way in my the name of my channel. Um I'm dumbfounded when it comes to makeup, and I'm sure that a lot of people can relate to me because they're probably dumbfounded too when it comes to makeup. So I just try to share things that I know and things that I learned. And in the comments section, I have some wonderful people who tell me some things that I may not be aware of. Like, for instance, and I'm going to have to maybe do another video about this, but um, I wrongfully talked about applying Vaseline to your eye area because it easily removes mascara. I said that an easy way to remove makeup was to put Vaseline all over your face and to your eyes to get the mascara off. And someone was kind enough in my comment section, and they really went into details about it. And I don't have the comment right in front of me, but the gist of the story is that using Vaseline in your eye area is not good as it relates to your tear ducts or whatever have you. So I don't have like the full reason why it's bad, but if you Google it, you can see for yourself. That's what someone had informed me of. So I apologize for that. I learned it from a makeup artist, and I guess the bottom line is before you do anything that you learn from off of YouTube, you need to Google it, check with your doctor, and just make sure that you're not doing something that's harmful to you. That's just my best advice, whether it's coming from a makeup artist or whether it's coming from me or whoever. So, later on, I'll get into more details about that, but do not use Vaseline in your eye area to remove makeup or anything like that. Okay, so now, first of all, when it comes down to oily skin, you have to address the problem before you apply your makeup, okay? And the way that you address the problem is three steps that you have to take before you even apply your makeup, okay? First of all, you have to exfoliate. Okay, you have to exfoliate your skin to get all those, dirt and impurities throughout the day, that you may have on there. So I have some things here that I just want to show you. Where is it? Yeah, I know I had everything. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. I know I had everything in here before I got started. Okay, now this is just the exfoliating product that I use. It's up to you to figure out, what kind that works best, what works best for you. Now, a lot of people may say, oh, well, you use the same old products over and over and over again. I'm the type of a person that if it's working for me, then I'm not going to change it up. I'm not a person who likes to try a whole lot of different products. If the product works, I'm going to keep using it. Now, at some point, I may get tired of it and figure, I want to try something different. But for the most part, I'm going to stick to what works because I don't want, my skin to start reacting to different products. I don't want to use myself as a guinea pig to try all these different products. So if it's working, don't mess with it. Leave it alone. Now, if you're a person who, you're trying to find that right fix, then you may have to go through several products to see what's good for you. But my stuff works, so that's why I kind of pretty much stay with the same products. I did do a video talking about making a homemade scrub. If you're a person who, maybe you don't want to go out and spend money. This came from the Dollar Tree, but like I said, if you don't want to spend any kind of money, you got some household products. I have a video where I talked about making it homemade. You have to go under my playlist and look under skincare routine or skincare beauty tips or something to that effect. Look at my playlist, and I have everything labeled into different categories. Okay, so first you have to exfoliate your skin. Okay. It's best to do that. If it's summertime, it's best to do it twice a week. Any other time other than warm weather time, once a week. Okay. If you have dry skin, you want to do it even less than that. So maybe every 2 weeks, you might want to do it. But for oily people and for the summertime, twice a week in the summer, once, y'all. I'm sorry. Sometimes I repeat myself. Now, the next thing you want to do after you exfoliate is you want to apply. Now, on the days when you're not exfoliating, you need to use a cleanser. This is just on a daily basis. Even if you exfoliate, you always have to clean your skin. Now, this is just what I use, okay? Whatever cleaner that you use for your face, then you have to clean your face. Now, if you are an oily person, it's best to get like a foamy type of cleaner that foams and suds up, as opposed to a creamy type of cleanser. Okay. I don't know. Maybe this would be considered like a creamy, but I don't have like a major issue with oily skin. So if you have a major issue with oily skin, just make sure that you have a non-cream type cleanser, a foamy, because that way that will combat the oil. Okay. Now, once you cleanse your face, do your exfoliation and all that kind of stuff, you want to use what's called an astringent or a toner. Okay. Now, unfortunately, I don't have my astringent here that I usually have, but I like to use witch hazel because astringent is good for cleaning and tightening your pores. Okay. When you use an astringent, it allows a blockage so that a lot of dirt and debris don't get down in your pores. Okay, so it cleans your pores and it tightens them, and it makes it harder for dirt and debris to get inside, because dirt and debris is what ultimately will cause you to have skin issues and breakouts and stuff like that. Okay, so witch hazel is a good astringent, that you can use. Toner, any kind of astringent or toner. You can Google it. I'm just saying that's what you need to do after you cleanse your face. And also, an astringent puts the pH balance back into your skin, because when you do exfoliation or when you do cleaning or deep cleaning, it gets your pH balance off level. Now you have to get your pH balance back to where it needs to be, and that's what the toner and astringent does, as well as tighten up those pores and cleanse them and stuff. Now, after you do that, you always have to use a moisturizer. Okay. A lot of people that are oily, and I'm only saying this because I was one of those people. A lot of people that are oily think that they don't have to use a moisturizer because they feel like, I'm already oily. My skin automatically produces oil. I need no moisturizer. I was one of them people. But what happens is, and I've mentioned this many times on a lot of my different videos, when you don't moisturize your skin, then there's a message that's sent to your oil glands to continue to produce more oil. But if you moisturize your skin, then your oil glands won't produce more than it needs to produce. So, and another thing that you need to do, you need to make sure that your moisturizer is oil free. Okay? Because if you're oily, you don't want more oil by adding a moisturizer. The moisturizer gets down in there and it keeps it moisturized. But if you're oily, you want it to be oil free. So this is the one that I use at nighttime. It's called Dermasil Oil Free Night Moisturizer. Okay. Also, back to the astringent. I'm sorry, I didn't want to. I kind of take little notes just to try to remember some things. But some things, I may, it might just come to me that I don't have written down. If you are not an oily person, then make sure that your astringent is alcohol free, because astringents that have alcohol in it it's a drying agent. Okay, it has alcohol in it. Alcohol is a drying agent. So if you're already a dry skinned person, using an alcohol based astringent is only going to dry your skin out even more, and you're going to start to have issues. Okay, so you know that's the situation on that. Okay, so this is what I use at night. I use the same thing during the day, except for this is for daytime, and they're both oil free. Okay, so those are the three things that you need to do. So let's go over it once and for all. You have to clean your skin. You have to put astringent or toner on it, and you have to moisturize. You have to exfoliate at least once a week if you're oily, twice a week in the summertime if you're oily. Okay? Now, and then after you put on, now this should be your nighttime routine, okay? If you're going to be applying makeup, that's a good routine to have. But once you put your moisturizer on, for oily people, powder your face down with translucent powder because that helps with the oiliness, okay? Translucent powder over top of your moisturizer, then your foundation. After your foundation, then powder it again, okay? This will help with oily skin issues, okay? Did I talk about the fact that when I prime my eyes, I put powder on it just, because of the oil, because I have oily eyelids, okay? All right. So anyway, oh, and this is another moisturizer too that I may use sometimes, especially in the morning. This is a Morning Glow oil-free, clean and clear. Ting. Well, anyway, excuse me, y'all. I was trying to get a thumbnail. Okay, so that's the process that you need to do for oily skin prior to putting on makeup. Okay. Now, another thing that you do not want to. Oh, this is another thing. Okay. Another reason why you need to exfoliate. Okay, and deep clean your skin. Okay, your skin naturally is supposed to shed daily. Okay, but when you are an oily person, the skin that's naturally supposed to fall off, it doesn't fall off because the oil holds it on there, okay? And when the oil holds the skin on there, then that's blocking your pores. See, it's supposed to fall off. So that's why you need to exfoliate and deep clean and clean. Because oily people it doesn't naturally fall off the way it should. So that will cut down on a lot of breakups as well. Okay, that was just a little tidbit I wanted to throw in there. See, that's why I like to take notes so that I can remember to tell you everything. I was going on to my next page to have my notes on it, and I saw that little tidbit on there. Okay, the next thing when it comes down to oily people, because that's what this video is about. Tips and tricks, do's and don'ts. Never use your fingers to apply anything to your face. Now, this is the mistake that I was making. I always knew that applying makeup with your fingers were not good. However, I would apply moisturizer or primer with my hands. Okay? And what happens is that when you use your fingers to do your makeup or put your moisturizer on, you're raising your body temperature, okay? It's friction. When you use your fingers, which is, if you put a piece of ice in your hand and do like this, that ice is going to melt like really quickly. See, it's warm and it causes friction. So when you're doing like this to your skin, the friction from your hands and your skin, it sends your body temperature up, and it sends a message to your oil glands to produce oil. And that's what you're trying to prevent, oil from overproducing. But when you do this, or any kind of whatever motions you use, whether it be on your eyelids or, because sometimes I do see people that use their hands to apply different things, whether it be a primer or whatever. So you should always use a brush to apply moisturizer and primer. And like I said, I've been guilty of using my hands for my moisturizer and for primer if I use primer. You should never use your hands on your face, period. You should always use brushes. Even when it comes down to powder, even when it comes down to setting your face with, after you do your makeup or whatever, after you do your moisturizer, when it comes down to using translucent powder, okay? This is a translucent powder by LA Colors, okay? A lot of time, and I'm guilty of this too, but this is called Makeup for Dummies. I don't know everything. And as I learn them, I try to bring the ideas, well, not the ideas, I try to bring the information to you all. So, when you powder, you also don't powder like this. You want to, if you use a brush, you want to take the powder, tap it off, and press it into your skin, as opposed to, or press it into your skin. That helps with oil. Now I'm going to brush this off because I don't want to look crazy, for the rest of this video. But you press it into your skin. And that way, that helps control the oil too. Okay? So that's how you apply your powder. Now you could either use a brush to do it like I did it, hold it like this, put that, y'all saw how I did it. So that's a good way to do it. Or you can use these little gadgets. Okay? You can get them from the Dollar Tree. They're little sponges. Okay? You can pull them apart. Or you can keep two of them together. If you want to. Keep two of them together if you need it to be bigger. So like I said, you could either use a brush or you can use a sponge. But you always press it into. So, put it on your sponge and you press it under your eye. If you got, you're trying to set under eye concealer, or if you're setting your foundation, you press it into the skin for people who have the oily situation going on. Okay? Now, let's move on. So never use your fingers, okay? Okay, let's see, what else? Oh, and they also, I've heard people call this pounding. That's why you see a lot of, like, if you ever watch drag queens do their makeup, they always have like a powder puff type of setting powder thing, where you put like it's a little strap, you put it around your hand, and it's like this round thing, and they call it pounding. That's going to help with your oil. Okay, that's why they pound it into their skin like that. Okay, now let's see, what else do I need to talk to you? Okay, also there's a toner out called Clarins. Okay, I've never tried it. I heard about it and I want to try it. Like I said, I don't try to switch around a whole lot, but the reason why I think I may want to try this, but then again, I don't know, it's a little pricey, in my opinion. It's called Clarins, Clarins. Clarins has powder in it, okay? The powder, if you buy it, it'll be settled at the bottom, and then you shake it up. So that's another thing that can combat, the oil, because it actually has powder in it, mixed with whatever the formula is that they have. And it's called Clarins. It's a toner called Clarins. Okay, I think it's sort of like a lotion, but it has powder in it and you shake it up. So that's just like a little tidbit. Okay, alrighty, now let's talk about, also, this is another tip or trick. Always use water-based products if you are an oily girl. Okay, if you're using a water-based primer, you have to use, or water-based primer, you have to use a water-based foundation. Okay, you cannot use a water-based primer and then use oil-based foundation, or else it will slide off of your face. Okay, vice versa, if you have a oil-based primer, you can't turn around and put a water-based foundation on. It's going to slide off of your skin. So whatever your primer is, water-based, then your foundation should be. If it's oil-based, then your foundation should be. So that's just like a little tidbit too. Now, speaking of primers, Milk of Magnesia. Now, I must say, when I first started doing YouTube, way before this channel, but I love doing my makeup. And people started saying, that using Milk of Magnesia as your primer. Oh, I need to hurry up. I really hope this doesn't cut off. Using Milk of Magnesia as your primer would combat oiliness. So all the oily girls, not all the oily girls, but a lot of people was using that milk of magnesia. Now, milk of magnesia, okay, for those of you who don't know, it breaks down stomach acid, okay? Whenever you having like a sour stomach or something like that, which comes from acid and stuff, milk of magnesia is supposed to combat that, okay? So, if milk of magnesia can combat acid in your stomach, then it must be a very powerful product. So, imagine taking something that can combat acid and you take that and put it on your face, okay? It's going to damage your skin, okay? So, I mean, some people may say, oh, I've been using it forever, I don't have any issues. Okay, if you don't have any issues, fine. Like I said, you don't have to do anything that I say. These are just tips to help people out. Maybe people didn't know certain things, do's and don'ts. Your do's and don'ts is your do's and don'ts. And this is for people who, really don't know and they need to know. Anything I say, Google it, okay? You do not have to listen to me. But milk of magnesia breaks down the natural protection of your skin, okay? Like I said, if you take the acid out of your stomach and put it in your hand, it will burn a hole right through your hand. Milk of magnesia will cure something that will burn through your hand. So if you put that on your skin, it's breaking down. It's breaking down the natural protection that you have over time. Like I said, if you've been using it a while and you have no issues from it, fine. But I'm just telling you that that's what the problem is with the milk of magnesia. I did try it before. I was on that bandwagon. And I actually bought a bottle of milk of magnesia and I had it in my little makeup area. This is about almost 3 years ago. And I used it. But when you know better, you do better. So if you use it and it works fine, help yourself. Okay, last but not least. No, actually that's it. I talked about everything. Okay. All right. So I hope that this information will help someone. It definitely helped me when I learned it. I was listening to a master educator of makeup. And, I learned a lot of stuff and things that I hear that I'm not sure of. I'll Google it. Google is your best friend. You can find out anything on Google. Okay. So make sure you hit subscribe. I hope you have enjoyed. Make sure you share my videos because a lot of women wear makeup. So share, because this could help somebody else who may be having issues with breakouts and acne and oiliness and all that kind of stuff. I even left a tip one time. Go back on like I said, go to my playlist. Go to my beauty tips video or my face routine or whatever have you video. I even talked about how if you have acne problems, you may need to change your pillowcase on a daily basis and use